Hey y'all, how's it going? How's everybody? Tonight we're gonna be talking about buyers. We're gonna finish up doing talking about buyers because a lot of you always ask me the simple things like why do I buy? A lot of you, hey, your numbers girl. You know what? Me and you have to talk because I have something coming up in my Facebook group and I need you. So we need to talk because I need you to come in and teach my ladies about taxes. All right. Let's hope we doing this right. Hi, mom. How you doing, hon? We are Sunday we gonna get started, girl. Sunday we gonna get started out here in these streets. I need this one. I'm trying to get some stuff going over here because I need y'all. Because we gonna get ready to because we got a lot of stuff coming up. I've talked to Kyra and we're gonna do a live stream inside the group. I've talked to I need to talk to you, Miss Your Numbers Girl, because we need to do a live stream inside the Facebook group because it's that time we got to get everybody right. That's what it is. We just got to get everybody right and ready because a lot of people don't understand. Why I always have the hardest time finding my second group that I need to get done. I have the hardest time. Like it's just, and then they tell me the link don't work. Once I find it and get them, there it is. You're trying to tell me the link don't work. Like, look, we live. How it don't work? We live. All right, this is it. Hey y'all. Hey, if this is your first time here, don't let it be your last. And if you've been here before, thank you for coming back. I appreciate the support. What I need y'all to do is this: grab your pens and papers because tonight we're going to teach you how to attract quality buyers. As a wholesaler, it's very important for you to have quality buyers because if you don't have people to sell the houses to, you're not going to make any money. Just that simple. So today we're gonna talk about how to attract. Because remember, we don't chase, we attract. All right. So, and I'm gonna explain to you how this is, and I'm very adamant about this when I tell y'all we need to be the source. Okay. And if you're the source in this situation, then guess what? The things are gonna come to you. People are going to be attracted to you, buyers are gonna be attracted to you. So what I want to talk to you about, guys, about tonight. Hey, Barshawn, how are you? Over on YouTube land. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So make sure you share this out. Make sure you share this out with at least 5 of your people. If you're on Instagram, share it 5 times on Facebook and on YouTube. Please, please, please. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this, and I want you guys to understand rules of engagement. If I say something that you do not understand, I need you to let me know that you don't understand it because you have to ask a question because we have to get clear. The point of me, I mean, we miss the whole point of me doing these live streams and doing these lessons if you refuse to get clarity and you don't implement what it is that you learn. It's just that simple. Okay. So, what we're going to do out here in these streets is this. We're going to be talking about buyers, how to attract quality buyers. Now, first things first, and I got to pull up my notes for this one because I always skip something when I'm talking to you guys. The first thing is the other day, what did we talk about? We talked about the 3 types of buyers that you will have and that you'll come across for the majority of the time that you're wholesaling real estate. These are how to attract those buyers. Now, the first buyer we talked about is the flipper, and we talked about what price points they looking at, how they pay. We talked about, and what I mean by price point, I mean profit margin, percentage of profit that they want back, their return on their investment, basically, is how that works. And we talked about the homeowners and what they're looking for, how they pay. Most people that are looking to move into a home, they want it move in ready. And they're going to be talking, and they're going to want you to have it move in ready. And also, along with move in ready, they're going to want, they're going to pay market or above market because they really want a house and they're going to be financing. Majority of the time, they're going to be financing. And then we talked about the landlords. We know what they're looking for. They want stuff. They want properties with tenants in it. And for anybody who's looking for some properties in Buffalo, New York, that has tenants, I have, let's see, one, two, three properties right now that are fully occupied and getting good money for rent that my client is liquidating a portfolio. Okay. Then I also have three apartments for rent right now. Once I get the links and the pictures and all this other stuff, then and I'm getting ready to do the showings, then we will then I'll be able to show that to y'all. Okay? All right, because I don't want y'all to do this no other way. All right. So now if you're interested or you know somebody who's interested in an apartment, send them my way. You know somebody who's looking for some properties, send them my way. I have about 20 properties in the Buffalo, New York area. I have one in Syracuse and I have two in Milwaukee, Wisconsin right now that we're working on. And I'm working on some in Tampa, which you know Tampa getting ready to get hit with a storm. I just talked to my aunt. That's why I was a little late coming on this live stream. My aunt called me from Tampa. So all right, so that's that. Now the next thing, first things first, where can you find buyers? That's what everybody always say. Where do you be finding your buyers? I find the majority of my buyers on social media. Let me explain. My Facebook post, when I post my Facebook, when I make my post, you guys always see it. It says for sale off market, Buffalo, New York, Tampa, Florida, Syracuse, New York, wherever I am. And it'll say how many, it'll say where, if it's off market, it'll give you the criteria and it'll tell you all the details of the house. And then if I have the pictures, I have the pictures. If I've created a website for it, which I normally do, I will put that in there too. As soon as I get a contract, I create a website. So I put the website link in there, and guess what? Then I post it on my Facebook page. At the same time that I post on my Facebook page, I posted to three other real estate investor groups in that area that the property is in. So if I'm in Wisconsin, I'm posting in Wisconsin groups. If I'm in Milwaukee groups or wherever. If I'm in Buffalo, it's going to be upstate New York, Buffalo investors, that type of deal. So yes, I put it in there. Then you get a whole bunch of people who will respond. Half of y'all don't pay attention. Y'all don't read the whole post. And it says DM me. And then you get mad because I don't respond to your comments. If it says DM me, that's because I don't want 11 million comments and notifications on my Facebook, which is why I turn my notifications off. So I don't see it until I come back on anyway. But my Facebook is hot for properties. My Instagram is good. My TikTok is good. Facebook Marketplace is a gold mine if you're looking for buyers. Facebook groups, and of course, Facebook Messenger. I get a lot of people on Messenger. But the majority of the time where I get people is when I post on my Facebook page and I post on my personal, my business, and in all my groups that I am a member of with these same people who want to see these type of properties in their area. Okay? So you got to look at that. Let me tell you where else I get my properties from, my buyers from, my attorneys. If you are in real estate, you know a crap ton of real estate attorneys. I'll get back to that building a website. That's how I market my property. So I really go over that in detail. If you are a member, if you are ready for the Get Wired Bootcamp that starts on Sunday, then I can explain to you how I built my websites because I'm going to take them through my entire process. So they're going to learn that. My real estate attorneys, I call my real estate attorneys, not just when I have sellers, but also when I need buyers. Hey, I know you deal with a lot of other wholesalers. Hey, I know you deal with a lot of investors. That's why you're supposed to get to know the people that you work with. I call my probate attorneys. Hey, do you know anybody that's looking to buy some properties? My foreclosure attorneys. Do you know anybody that's looking to buy some properties? Or do you have any properties for sale that fit this criteria? Because I have some. Whatever it is. So you want to look at all that stuff. And of course, foreclosures. When you have foreclosures, you're looking for buyers. Okay. Some other places that you can find buyers. And this is going, I'm gonna run it through real. I'm not gonna say all of them because it's like eight, it's like 10 more on here. But you can find other wholesalers. And we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. We're gonna talk about JV partnering and working with real estate agents. That's gonna be tomorrow. But working with, you can find them on Zillow because you can post for free on Zillow, forsalebywowner.com. You can find those properties, those buyers. You can post your properties on there and people will come. Okay. Now, there's online property service. Do you give them a percentage or gift for referral? What do you mean? Who am I giving this gift or a percentage to? The JV partners? My JV partners give 40%. The ones that are in my program, yep, get 40% and more if is depending on what they do. They can get up to 50%, but I get 40%. And the reason why I don't give a whole 50% to them is because they get my director of operations has to get their cut too. Now, if I don't use the director of operations and I do the deal myself, then I'll go 50-50 with my JV partners. You said, do you give them a percentage? And you want the attorneys? No, I give them no, because that's part of their job to find buyers for their property, for their clients' properties. So they get paid from their client when they sell the house. So no, I don't give them a referral because they're getting the business. So I don't pay them a referral. Um, do I have a good relationship with my attorneys? Yes, I drop wine off to my attorney's office. I do. Wine and whiskey all the time. Sure do. Um, Online property services like PropStream, Deal Machine, you can utilize those services not just to build your list, but also to find buyers. Again, going into detail about that right now, I don't even have the screens up to show you. But when we get to that section in the Get Wired Bootcamp, you guys are going to be able to see the screen that I'm using and everything else. So, your sphere. Okay, let me explain. Your sphere. Everybody has a cell phone. In your cell phone, you got at least 500 contacts. Even the most unpopular person got at least 500 contacts. Call those people and tell them what you do and what you're looking for and how you can benefit their friends and families that are looking for houses or if they're looking to get into real estate investing. You never know what it is that's going to spark somebody's interest in you and what it is that you're doing. So when I say you can go through Zillow, you can go through real estate agents. Real estate agents have a crap ton of buyers because you got more buyers than sellers right now. So I know real estate agents are definitely looking for you and willing to help you get all of the things that you need done. Other wholesalers, because they have properties or you might have the property and they might have a buyer. Don't be afraid of JV. Can we talk about that just for a second? We're going to really go into detail about it tomorrow. We talk about working with other wholesalers and JVing with wholesalers and partnering with real estate agents. Stop being stingy. Y'all swear y'all swear y'all gonna lose some. Stop counting other people's money. Okay. I had a girl that I was wholesaling with, and she was so busy worrying about money that I was making that she ended up losing out on money that she could have made. Stop counting other people's money. That is not how that works. That's not what you do. That's not how it works. It doesn't. And as long as you're worried about what I make, you're going to miss out on the money you should make because you're too busy. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Don't they teach you that in school? When you in school, you getting ready to take a test. What they say? Keep your eyes on your own paper. Apply that to your life. Keep your eyes on your own paper because what happens is this, and I'll explain it in detail. So I was wholesaling before I met this girl, and I had a system that I had in place. And quite frankly, the system had me working like crazy. So yeah, she had some systems and stuff too. So then I started using some of the systems that she had, but not her system. I ended up paying for it on my own pocket and having access to it because the last thing I want to do is be in the middle of something and I try to do something. Y'all don't switch the password on me or whatever. So I'm always going to have my own access. That's just me. Can you give us an elevator pitch to a stranger? What do you do for a living? Hold that thought. Um, so when they tell me when I go into this process and they tell me, they say, well, she said to me, well, you have other deals outside of what we're doing. Yeah, because if you decide one day that you don't want to partner with me, I don't want to be stuck not making any money. What kind of craziness is that? She was like, and you're coaching. Okay, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What did that have to do with the price of tea in China? Nothing. And that's what I'm trying to get to. She was so worried about the money that I was making that on my other business, I was like, shoot, girl, I got businesses. I've been doing real estate a long time. I have my own rental properties. You're gonna be mad about that too? You cannot be mad. Worry about what's in front of you. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Worry about what you're doing. Because what I make is not paying a bill in your house. Trust me, because I'm not paying a bill in your house. And what you make is not going to pay a bill in mine. You can volunteer to pay some bills if y'all want to. I appreciate it. But that's not how that works. So, yeah, so we ended up not being partners. And she ended up not closing any deals. How do I know? We have the same attorney. Oh, they call it pocket watching. Okay, yeah, pocket watching. That sounds good too. Can you give us an elevator pitch to a stranger when they say, what do you do for a living? I'm a real estate investor. How much of a pitch did you need? You can say, I'm a real estate investor. You can say, I'm a acquisitions manager. You could say, I'm an acquisition manager. I help my clients find and sell, find, locate, and find properties to put into their portfolio. Or I help my clients liquidate. I'm in asset liquidations. You could say that because a lot of you only work with people who sell. I'm in asset liquidation. So you explain briefly what it is. And when you talk about what you do, always talk about how you help people. If you talk about how you help people and how you provide solutions to people's problems and things like that, then you will have more people attracted to you. Put it like that. If I'm just putting it to you like that. You understand it? Okay. Now, how do we work with these buyers? When we attract in these buyers, how do we work with them? How do you qualify these buyers? Okay, first of all, I put my buyers into groups A, B, and C. What? Lisa, what? Yep. A, B, and C. Now, my A list, I kid y'all not, I'm just like a Hollywood rap party. All the parties that y'all want to go to, y'all want to get in. You know how they have some of y'all standing in that line? Then they have some people who are already on the list. So when they see them in line, they get to cut in front of you. That's me. Yep, that's me. I have a list. My A-listers, this would be your Michael Jacksons, your Jada Jacksons, your Beyonce's, your Jay-Z's. That's your A-list. Them the people you know. First of all, you know they got the money. Second of all, you know they were looking to spend the money. And they have proof of funds and they're going to comply with what it is that you want to do. And they're going to be quick about everything. When you ask them for something, they're going to send it to you right away because they're actively buying. That's why they're my A-list. Okay? They're ready to purchase right now. As soon as I find them a deal, they're going to buy it. So that's my A list. Guess who gets my properties first? That list. Yeah, I kid you not. I sent one property today to 85 different buyers. And that's just on the email list. We're not going to talk about the buyers that inbox me or the ones who text me on a daily basis. All in all, I sent this one property to about 125 people, and I have 3 offers right now. And only one of them have seen it. Out of the 3 offers that I got, only one of the people have seen has seen the property. Everybody else is just like, oh, I like the pictures, I'm good. Okay, so that's your A list. Your A list is ready to go. They like right now, Johnny on the spot, ready to go. No questions asked. They're not going to call you later and say him and Han. Oh, and they're not going to negotiate on price. They know exactly how to run their numbers. They know exactly how much they'll offer you. That's your A list. Okay. Now your B list, they ready to purchase. However, They only want certain criteria. They only want if it's a good deal, or they'll tell you they're new. They sometimes they might be a little new, so they might take a little longer to make a decision about a property, and then they're mad at you when the property is gone. They're the ones that's going to call you all the time and say, "Why haven't you sent me any deals in a while?" Well, my A list keep taking them because they're ready to go. How do I get on the A list? Let me explain what you have to do. Can you meet this criteria? And you give them your criteria for your A list. And if they say no, then they stay on the B list. I move people from the A list to the B list to the C list all the time because you have people who are actively buying at a certain period of time. Like I have a client right now. He said, Lisa, I'm looking for 20 properties. I don't care what condition they're in. Who you think I sent my list? I just told you I got like 20 properties. Who you think I sent the list to? And I sent it to him first. And I told him he had how long he had to get back to me about seeing it. And another thing with your A list, if you have a properties on a lockbox, you don't mind giving your A list client that code and letting them go see it by themselves. That's your A list. Y'all understand what I'm saying now with the A list? My A listers get all the privileges. They get to walk, they don't have to stand behind the velvet rope. They can walk right up to the bouncer and go right in the club. They get the VIP, they get all the top shelf liquor. That's my A list. Everybody want to be in the A list. They want to be around these people because they're the ones with the money. Okay. Now your B list, they ready to purchase, but they don't want anything except for what they ask for. If we verify proof of funds, the guarantee A list, no, because your B list gonna have proof of funds too. Your B list, but their B list is not moving as fast as your A list is gonna move. That's the thing. Like your your A list, they ready to go. They hit the red carpet. They dress pretty. They in there. They got everything on as designer. They wearing $200 bottles of perfume and cologne that cost $250. They ready to go. Hair laid, makeup, face beat, all that, lashes, everything. They ready to go. This is your A list. They always at the club. They always ready to party. They always ready to be out and about, and they making deals, closing deals. Your B list, they come to the club when they feel like it. If there's an event going on. So these are your people who are only come out when you have a good deal, an extremely good deal, and then they're gonna get mad at you. Let me tell you why they're gonna get mad at you. Because your A list gonna snatch the deal up the first time. Your B list is who you send it to next. These are the people you know they have a good deal. They have the money. They might be looking for a deal. It might fit their criteria, so you send it to your B list. Your C list is pretty much your new people. These are new people. They buy here and there. They're nervous about making their first purchase as an investor. They they might buy 1 to 2 properties a year. My A list, they buying at least 5 to 10, 5 plus a year. Okay. So that's where you get it. So you send the list, you send your property. When you first get a property, it goes immediately to your A list. And then after 24 hours, if you don't get any takers from the A list, then you send it to the B list. You don't get any takers from your B list, then you send it to your C list. Now, some of y'all gonna go out there and you know what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna break down my formula and you're gonna say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna send it to everybody at the same time. Then you're gonna piss off your A list. Because now they gotta fight with people who don't have money. You gotta deal with other people. Your C list might actually be other wholesalers, you know. Sometimes they have buyers, sometimes they don't. That type of deal. So you want to make sure your A list and then your VIPs, your VVIPs, your very, very important people. Okay, that's your VVIP. Then the people with your black cards, if you want to know, if you want to keep it up. Then the people that's worth billions and look like they walked out of Walmart. Your B list, that's your, let me see, put this in terms of celebrity. Okay, so we're gonna do this in basketball terms. Your A list is your first string. Them your starters. That's your LeBron James, your ABs. That's them. Your Kyrie Irvings, your Chris Pauls, your Tim Duncans when he used to play. That's your A list. Okay. Then if you want to go to the B list, that's when you get the bench warmers. They come in the game, they sit on the bench. They come in the game, they sit on the bench. Now, your C list is a D league that they pull from when the second string and the first string get injured and they have to pull somebody up. That's what that is. Your C list is the D list in the league, okay? Now, for those of you who don't think I know my basketball, I think I just proved it to y'all. Okay. So if you are just starting out as a wholesaler, if you're just starting out and you haven't had time to vet your buyers list yet, you don't know who's who, everybody's going to get the same email every day until you start moving your people around on the board. Okay. Because I used to send it to everybody like this morning when I got that property that I told you about. This morning, I sent that list out yesterday. I sent it yesterday to all my A people. Today it went to B people. And I got 3 offers between that. I had one offer from the A list. Actually, I have a C list on there too. I sent it to my A list yesterday. I sent it to my B list this morning. And I sent it to my C list this afternoon. That's how I do it. Yeah, 24 hours. Within 24 hours, every 8 hours, I will send an email out. And yes, I have an email autoresponder with all of my, and I'll create the email and I'll set the timer. And I have all my people segmented out as to who, what, where, when, why, how. Yeah, I do. Sorry. It is what it is. All right. Now, so if you're a new wholesaler, you're going to create a buyer's list. You're going to create, and your buyer's list is going to be one big melting pot of all of your people. And as soon as your people start buying and being active, then you're going to know where to put them. Okay. Everybody here, put the number 1 if you understand what I just said. Ask a question if you don't. And I'm going to go to Facebook real quick just to make sure I don't have any questions. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Making sure I don't miss y'all. Okay. So everybody cool? Number 1. Okay, we still here. Good. Making sure everybody get it. Now, number 2. The next thing on your list, next things next, you're going to need is, it says, like I said, if you're a new wholesaler, you're going to put all of this in, one big melting pot of people. If you're a seasoned wholesaler, you should have a clear idea of how to update that list. And what I mean by this is when you don't have to move them around. You don't have to say, hey, I'm going to take you here and put you here. And you don't even have to tell the people. Don't tell them because they're going to get pissed off because everybody think they're important. Everybody want to be on the A list and be like, oh, wait a minute, wait. Why you treat me like a stepchild when I'm firstborn, blood related? Why you treating me funny? That's why. So you don't tell people, oh, I sent it to my other group this yesterday and I sent it to this people today and I did it to these people tomorrow. You don't tell them that. You just put them out there. And as they respond, how they respond, and as they respond, that's going to tell you where to put them on the list. Okay? Buyers are always looking for a deal. You just have to make sure that your deal is actually a deal. And that's something we're going to go over probably next week sometime. Next week, I'm telling you, it won't be an everyday situation because it's probably going to be once. I'm probably only going to do one live stream a week for the next 4 weeks because I have the Get Wired Wholesaling Real Estate Bootcamp coming up. And when we do Get Wired, we twice a week for 4 straight weeks. It's twice a week for 4 weeks. We are meeting on Sunday and Wednesday. Friday is the last day to register because I don't want anybody. I'm telling you, once we get started, it's going to be hard to catch up. So if you are not registered by Friday, you are not getting in. I just want y'all to know. Okay. Now, Delisa, what do we do? How do we make this? Ooh, need to go up there. Okay. Then y'all ask me things like this. How do you qualify a buyer? How do you know if you're working with a real buyer versus another wholesaler or versus a tire kicker versus a real estate agent? First thing the real estate agent gonna ask you is, are you offering commission? Yep, they're gonna ask you that. Now there's a new law in place for real estate agents that buyers now have to pay for their own agent. There are some sellers out there who are still willing to pay the buyer's agent, and there are some who are not. I am one of the wholesalers. I'm one of the few wholesalers that I do know that will put padding in the deal in case a real estate agent brings me a deal. If I can. If I can't, I let you know up front. I cannot do that. I'm very honest about it. I don't try to sugarcoat it. I'm very transparent when it comes to these wholesale deals. And I can tell you right now, this deal that I sent out yesterday, the deal that I'm talking about, that I sent out yesterday, there is no room in this deal for a real estate agent. The reason why is because the house is amazing. It needs work. There's still a mortgage, and there's two additional liens on the property besides the mortgage. So the price that I'm offering, there is not a lot of wiggle room in there. And there's definitely no room in there for an agent, especially when I have a JV partner on the deal as well. There's no money on it. There's no money in it for the agent. So I let the agents know up front. There's no money in this for you. But 3% you could get, you could add 3,300 on top. You can add 3,000 on top and tell your buyer that's the price. And that way you get your money. But if you do that, make sure you send a commission statement in with your offer so that if we accept your offer, we know our attorneys know to pay you out once all this is said and done. See, we don't forget y'all. We just make sure everybody get paid, just transparent. So how do we qualify these buyers? First of all, know their name. Okay, Delisa, why do you say know their name? Because half of y'all don't know who y'all working with. Like on here. And I always mess up her name, and I'm gonna tell you why. I met your numbers girl in a boot camp. In boot camp. And because we have the same business coach, and we were doing like a Black Friday boot camp with the coach. And what happened is there was three girls in the group. One girl was named Latrice, one girl was named was Latina, and another one was I think Latrice, Latisa, I don't know. So I couldn't remember which one she is. And I used to always screw up her name, and I used to always get confused with the other two girls because when you're sitting behind a Zoom screen and people are talking, you really don't get to know them that well. So that's why. So when I say your numbers girl, I know what she do. She does taxes nationwide. She does accounting nationwide. She gets you right in your business nationwide. So if you're looking for somebody to help you with your numbers and get your numbers straight, you got months and years of taxes you need to file, call her. Okay. Now, but I know if I ask her, hey, which one are you? And she will tell me. Or I can go back through my videos because we've done live streams before together, and I can go through and try and figure out which one she is. Because I've done live streams with the other two ladies too. That's why I don't know which one I'm talking to all the time. It's different. So know who you are on Facebook, on Instagram. On Facebook, my name is Delisa Robinson. Why? Because back in 2007, when I first set up my Facebook page, that's what I did. Okay. Now, back then it was hyphenated because my high school people didn't know who Delisa Robinson was, and my people that I work with now didn't know who Delisa Coffee was because that was my maiden name, Coffee. Yep, love it. So that's why. But what I do now is my Facebook page is Delisa Robinson. Why? Because the majority of people on that page are my family and friends. But guess what? On my business page, it says the real estate diva. Thank you, Chris Woodworth, my old boss, for giving me the nickname But that's where it came from. Y'all thought I just called myself the real estate diva? No. Somebody gave me the nickname. So that's why I did it. So when I tell people, know who you're talking to, you got to know the name of the person that you're talking to. Then you need to know the name of their business. The reason why you need to know the name of their business, especially your buyers, a lot of investors are buying properties and putting them in trust, putting them in holding companies, putting them in an LLC name. So that's why you need to know their business name and you need to know their name. Now, if you want to put it in your special notes section, their social media handles and stuff like that, so you can remember who the heck you talking to, great, fine, go ahead. But know who you're talking to. You need their phone number. Okay, let me explain to you why you need a phone number. Because y'all probably like, oh, just so you can talk to people. No, not nobody answer the phone when y'all call. Think about it this way: if you call somebody right now and you have never called this person before, are they going to answer? 9 times out of 10, no. People do not answer numbers that they don't know anymore. So, okay, you can't do that. So the reason why I say you need a phone number that is directly to this person because when you are dealing with money, when you are dealing with relationships, when you are dealing with whatever the situation is that they might be in, the reason why they have to sell a property or the reason they're buying a property, when you are dealing with people's money, they need to be in contact with you. And you need to be able to get in contact with them. Whether it's a quick text, a phone call, a social media thing, whatever, you need to be able to get in contact with them. That's why. So you need a phone number. You also need to know what type of property are they looking for. And we call this a buy box. Okay? BUYBOX. A buy box. What type of property are you looking for? I'm looking for duplexes. I'm looking right now, I can tell you, I'm looking for, and I had this conversation with Kyra earlier. Hey, girl, hey. And I'll probably have this conversation again when I get off the phone with her. When I get off with y'all, I'll probably call her back and we'll have another conversation. When I tell you that you need to have a buy box, that means in January 2025, I'm going to start buying properties again. Right now, my buying is on hold because my stacking is in place. Right now, I'm doing a lot of wholesaling and stack a lot of cash. And before y'all come at me, oh, the Lisa, da, 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 I ain't stacked a lot of cash because I really haven't been focused. And Kyra, one of my best friends and also one of my accountability partners. And you know what she said to me today? You're not going as hard as you should. She's right. I haven't been. And I know why I haven't been. And now that I'm past that, it's about to be game on. Okay? Just so y'all know. Now, when I tell you that I haven't been going as hard as I should have, but now she told me that yesterday and she told me that this morning. And then I showed her 20 properties that I have available to me to sell. And then I told her that I have 2 offers, now 3. And I have an offer on a property that nobody has even seen yet. And all I did was send out the criteria to who people, my A list. And I have a couple people who already said they want to see it. One guy gave me a full offer, a full asking offer on a property he hasn't seen in Milwaukee. So when I go full throttle, first of all, let me tell y'all something. I am very neglectful when I am focused on work. That means I am not worried about nothing. I don't call people. I barely respond to the text messages and Instagrams and messages that I get. So I am focused in, and that's where I'm at right now. So if you call me and I don't call you back, that's why. You need to know where they want to buy their properties. Not only what the criteria is for the properties that they want to buy, but where do they want to buy these properties? Do they want it on the east side, the west side, the south side? Do they want it, even if it's on the east side? And I'm going to use the east side of Buffalo for an example. If it's on the east side of Buffalo, that could be anywhere. Because anything past Main Street is considered east. Anything east of Buffalo. That could be the medical corridor. That could be Cold Spring. That could be Bailey Delavan. That could be Lovejoy. That could be anything that's east of, on the east side of the Main Street. West side, same thing. North side, same thing. South side. Oh, I want it in the belt. Oh, you want it in the belt? Go ahead and look in the bill. You then start giving you zip codes. Well, you said this zip code, but then you say no to the neighborhood because we have one zip code. We have like 3 or 4 zip codes that are really, really huge. And I'll give you an example. Zip code 14215. This is Buffalo, New York. 14215. It starts at Delavan and Grider, and it goes all the way to the suburbs. Mhm. Yep, goes all the way to the suburbs. It goes from Delavan and Grider all the way to Pine Ridge, and it goes from Delavan all the way up to past Kensington. For those of you who don't understand, it goes all the way up to up Bailey and the east side of Bailey, the right side of Bailey, and the left side is 14214. The left side is 14214. The right side is 14215, and it goes all the way up. That's a huge neighborhood. That's it. That zip code covers like 5 different neighborhoods. So you want to make sure you specify where they're looking, what they're looking for, and you want to know what's the max amount they're willing to spend. You also want to know if they're flipping it or landlords, how much work do they want to do? Like I got a guy who told me right now, I want something under 100,000, but I don't want to do more than $20,000 worth of work. And you don't want nothing under 100,000. Not in the city. You don't. And if any of y'all got something out there that's like what I just described, hit your girl up because this guy's got a lot of cash and he's looking to buy like 4 or 5 houses. Okay. You want to know how soon can they close? How soon are they expecting to close? You want to know you want them to send you proof of funds. Now I'm gonna tell you, when I tell you my A list, I have my Millionaire Boys Club. That's what I call my this it's a group of young men that all grew up in Buffalo. And only one of them lives in Buffalo now. The rest of them all live in Atlanta, Georgia. But they still invest in Buffalo. They invest all over the country. And I send an email to them once a month that say, hey guys, I need your proof of funds. They all send me proof of funds. So if a deal comes up and it fits their criteria, I know I can put an offer in. Yeah, it's that serious with them. So you want to be that type of person. You want to know what your buyer clients, you want to know what they're currently holding. What does your current portfolio look like? And if you're good, well, maybe you need to get rid of remember that property I sold you a couple of years ago? It might be time for you to get rid of that. I got somebody who's interested in something like that, and I might be able to get you top dollar for it. I got somebody looking for a property that's rented. I've done that before too. All right. And you also want to know their desired profit. What is the profit they want? If they're flipping, what is their return on investment? If they're landlords, you want to know what the appreciation value is going to be because that's a long-term flip actually because landlords don't hold on to properties a whole lot these days. So so you want to know what that is. Okay. All right. Y'all good? All right. Now. And then you also want to know what attorney or title company they're using. Hmm. Somebody asked me, I don't know if that was earlier on here or somebody asked me, why do you need, oh, no, I was on the phone with Kyra. She said, why do you need to know attorney? I said, because in New York State is an attorney state. I said, now Texas and Michigan and Tennessee and Milwaukee and Wisconsin, those are title company states. You don't need an attorney to close a deal, but you need in New York State and Georgia, you need an attorney. Okay. And then just a section for additional notes. So these are the things we go over in our Get Wired boot camp. We go into these things detailed. Like when I tell you lasered in and you will do them, you will do them, you will do them. And laser, I hope if you guys didn't, those of you who are already registered, you should have received your pre-work. If you didn't, make sure you inbox me so I know that you didn't receive your pre-work yet because the pre-work is to start building your buyers list and we tell you exactly what to put on your social media pages and everything else so you can start building that buyers list beforehand. Because we start Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, before we sign up out of here, let me make sure I got everything. I did that. I did that. All right. I got everything I needed to tell you guys about buyers. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about working with wholesalers. That will be the last live stream. Tomorrow will be my last live stream before until Sunday because my schedule is really, really jam packed. I just told you I got 20 plus houses I got to get rid of. My schedule is jam packed. So that's what we doing. So that my schedule is jam packed. Nothing like hearing yourself. So anyway, anywho, anyhow, if you guys have anything that you need, you got any questions you want answered, you want anything you want the link for, if you want the link for the Get Wired Bootcamp and your checkings and savings is just not set up the way it should be, we do accept Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm. So if you have that now, so instead of using all that money, instead of using your Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm for Temu and Shein and buying hundreds of $1,000s of clothes that y'all only gonna wear once, do it to improve your future and to make an income for yourself. Okay? I'm just gonna put that out there for y'all. Now, like I said, if you've been here before, thank you. And if this is your first time, don't let it be your last time because we will always have something to do. I'm always out here in these real estate streets, giving it to you straight with no chaser. And we will be doing this next month. We're going to start talking about landlords and responsibilities as a landlord and things like that. We're going to ease on into building up your portfolio. The purpose of wholesaling real estate. The purpose of wholesaling real estate is simple. You guys, when I say the purpose of wholesaling real estate is to learn the fundamental basics of real estate investing. And then it's to stack cash so you could take that money and then go into your next phase, which is starting to buy rental properties. That's what people say. That's when you go in and you start to buy rental properties. Then you use that money to start buying bigger properties. Maybe you want to build a single family portfolio, or you want to build a duplex portfolio, or you want to build where you just like me and you say, okay, by June 4th of 2025, I want 20 doors. And you want to put 20 doors out there. Whatever the situation is, that's what you have to do. All right. All right. So somebody asked me to drop the link. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to do that. Yeah. So this is my people on Instagram. You won't have the link right now. So if you want the link, if you need the link, DM me and I will get the link for you. My other folks. Uh-oh. There we go. My other folks on Facebook, and I don't know if it's going to post to Facebook, but it should. Facebook and YouTube. I'm dropping a link now. It's taking a minute. That's why my screen is glitching. Hi, Joanne. How are you? So we are in the process of getting all of this stuff done. And I want you guys to understand when we say we are looking to get into real estate investing, that's the whole purpose of this, is to get you guys ready to start investing in real estate and to get your portfolios built so we can do this the right way. Now, y'all know my story. I started on real estate 26 years ago. Yep, young. 26 years ago. And what happened is I had a partner at the time, and my partner at the time was my husband. Well, he's no longer my husband, and we no longer have that business. So we had to liquidate. And that happened just 2 years ago. We got everything situated, settled out 2 years ago. So now I've been slowly but surely trying to come back and start rebuilding again. because I had somebody ask me, well, how are you teaching people how to be successful in real estate when you don't have a whole lot of real estate right now? Because I'll tell you my story. I had to liquidate a portfolio. We had doors, honey, and I had to liquidate that stuff. And then when you liquidate, you have to pay the mortgages off, you have to pay the taxes and get all that other stuff done, and you have to get it in there. So now we're rebuilding. And by rebuilding, I'm stacking cash and paying up. And I told you guys the other day about the $350,000 in debt that I had behind this mess. And that's down to 140,000 now. So when I tell I'm an open book. You want to what payments do we accept? Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm. I'm an open book when it comes to the real deal in real estate. When you talking about keys, deeds, and profits, trust me, I'm out there and I'm telling you exactly what it is. Straight with no chaser. And I'm not teaching you how to do something I haven't done. I'm not gonna pretend I've done 15 million, like I've got all these units available and doing all this stuff. I am doing what I said I needed to do. Do I have rental properties now? Yes. There are properties that I've bought since my divorce, but I was able to, I started buying those properties during the separation, but I made sure they were separate. So believe me when I tell you, it gets hard out here. And if you do, my whole objective for doing this, because people always ask me, why do you teach this stuff? You give away $1 million worth of game for free on a live stream. Yeah, because I don't want y'all to make the same mistakes that I made. I don't want you getting adjustable rate mortgages because your payment's just going to keep going up. Yeah, just like we in the city of Buffalo, just a couple of weeks ago, the mayor, well, I shouldn't say the mayor, city of Buffalo, who the mayor proposes BS, and we got a 7% tax hike on our property taxes. Yeah, and you say, how long is the sale price going for? The price is, I don't even know what price is on there right now. I know it's no longer $97. That sale is over. And I can't tell you the prices on there because it goes up automatically. So I can't tell you what price is on there right now. But I don't plan on, whatever it is, I don't plan on changing it between now and Friday. And Friday is the last day to register. But yeah, it's hard when you're going through, it's hard on you mentally. And I'm just speaking for me, and because I'm a woman. So I'm speaking for me and I'm speaking for women when I say it's hard on us mentally, emotionally, and financially when you have to liquidate assets in a divorce and you don't have any income coming in. Because during the pandemic is when my separation happened and New York, and I know everybody remembers New York was like one of the last states to open back up. We weren't allowed to do a lot of the work that a lot of people are doing. You had to do different things in order to get paid. And it was a lot of things I couldn't do based upon me and my health situation and some other things. So I couldn't be out and about during COVID and doing all this crazy stuff that people was doing out here with no mask on and all this other stuff. I couldn't do that and I couldn't take the risk. So I had no income coming in. But I got separated in the middle of that. So that's when I went back to wholesaling real estate and doing it virtually. That way I didn't have to leave my house. So yeah, that's my story. That's the answer to the question for all of y'all who want to do it. That's when I set up a lot of my Airbnbs to get that going too. And whew, that was a long road. So yes, housekeeping issues. Remember, if you have any questions, guys, don't be afraid to ask. And also, if we I'm gonna live stream tomorrow. We're gonna talk about not buyers. We're gonna talk about working with your wholesalers, and we're gonna talk about working with wholesalers, working with other wholesalers as JV partners, and we're gonna talk about working with real estate agents. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. So probably around, I say 7-ish, 8-ish, maybe. I don't know. Might be earlier in the day. It depends. Right now, my schedule is saying the evening, but we'll see. Okay. Now, I'm going to get ready to get up out of here because I have to wash and braid my son's hair. See how open I am, which I'll tell you everything I'm about to do. And then I gotta answer these emails because I see something coming in now that's telling me it's one of the boot camp members telling me they didn't get the pre work. So I gotta make sure they get the pre work too. So I will see you guys mañana. Hasta la bye bye. Remember what I always tell you, you can choose to be anything you want in this world. I just hope you choose to be kind because at some point in your life, somebody's been kind to you and it's cool to pay kindness forward. Not only does it make you a good person, but if we all did it, make the world a much better place. I will see you. Love and like you a lot. Hasta la bye bye.